Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back everyone. No reason to celebrate yet, but I say AMC had a pretty good Friday considering we're up against the predatory short hedge funds, the prime brokers that back them, the inaction of regulators, the financial press, the limit up, limit down committee, AMC senior management helping Wall Street out of a bad trade, wiping out 90% of our market cap in the process, while getting ready to pay themselves some fat stock bonuses for 2023, right? AMC closed at $4.38, up 29 cents or 7.09%. And hey, they tried to get us under 4 and keep us there 4 or 5 times, but they failed. Max Payne was 4 Friday, and this was the first time we've won that battle in a long time. Now again, no reason to celebrate yet, but I'd much rather see only 60,000 to 300,000 shares available to lend and short than 3, 4, or even 5 million shares available to lend. Am I right? And another thing we can mention is the cost to borrow. While it's not 1,000% anymore, thanks to Adam and Derek from Citi and the conversion of Ape, it has more than doubled from 0.56% to 1.57%. Now, if this is a new reality, maybe we can assume they're running out of bullets and we have a chance to advance the price of the stock here. Until, of course, Adam destroys the rally with a dilution announcement or another poorly timed tweet. We shall see. Another thing worth mentioning is AMC remains in the top 15 mentioned on Reddit's sentiment and mention tracker over the past 24 hours. It had the highest one-day price change of any stock or crypto on that list and remains higher than Microsoft or Solana. So there's that. So now that we finally had an up week for a change, I guess we can resume watching resistance and support levels again. Based on that last price of $4.38, expect support to the downside at levels 416, 394, and 377. Expect resistance to the upside at points 455. 471 and 493. Now, how do you know for sure your senior management team is helping Wall Street manipulate your stock price? First, look at the AMC-related ETFs. They're all up over the past 3 months, except our stock, down 49.71%. Then you move over to AMC-related stocks, meaning all the companies that are in our sector. They're all in the green unanimously, except, of course, for AMC. That's how you know. Another thing I'm watching carefully is the spread for that huge March 15th expiration date. The put-call ratio stands at 0.4753, and that expiration is also triple witching, so should make for an interesting Friday. I now see over 183,000 out of the money calls expiring 3/15, sticking out like a sore thumb, and the puts are starting to catch up with 101,000. What does Wall Street know about mid-March that we don't? I wonder. Remember, they can mark their short trades as longs and get away with it, but they can't hide the options data. That's right, kids. It was only this past September we saw this headline from the street. Ken Griffin, Citadel Securities, fined $7 million by SEC for 5-year pattern of mismarked orders. Kenny mismarked millions of orders over a 5-year period, and Gary gave a guy that buys $100 million paintings what essentially amounts to a speeding ticket. In Illinois, if I get 3 moving violations, my license will be suspended. Kenny's been popped 60 times over the past 15 years, and he's still cheating and stealing. Now, don't forget the guys that spoof AMC on a near daily basis and still hold a solid put position against AMC. Our old friends at Goldman Sachs, they were busted for the same thing last year as well. Goldman Sachs fined $3 million for mismarking 60 million short sale orders. The mismarking was caused by a coding error. Sure it was. And the global bank agreed to the fine without admitting or denying FINRA findings. Okay, you guys are going to like this slide. So from January of this year, Morgan Stanley agreed to pay a $249 million fine to end a years-long criminal and civil investigation into its handling of large stock trades for its customers. The settlements with the DOJ and SEC resolve charges of deception, fraud, and compliance failures over so-called block trades. They also end a long-standing legal worry for the Wall Street Bank, which entered a 3-year non-prosecution agreement and will not face any criminal charges, of course. So what were they doing, Uncle Frank? Okay. Morgan Stanley is known for its block trading department, and a guy over there named Pawan Passi, he's the one on the right, was tipping off big hedge fund clients when he was going to push through big trades, right? So they could front run the trades. Turns out, just this past Wednesday, guess who was getting some of the tips from Morgan Stanley? That's right, Citadel. It's a lot easier to win when you cheat, isn't it, Kenny? Now, I cover Morgan Stanley closely because they run our board of directors in the way of Philip Lader. He's a sitting employee at Morgan Stanley and also leads our board at AMC. Why is this important? Because not only does Phil run our board of directors and also work for Morgan Stanley as a senior advisor to institutional trading, block trading is institutional trading, guys. They work in the same department. Forget that Phil has a daughter working in senior management at Uniswap, where they found AMC tokenized securities to be trading. But I've been trying to convince you for over a year now that AMC senior management isn't just helping Wall Street out of a difficult short trade. No, AMC senior management is Wall Street. So what happened to Pawan? Well, he's suspended for 1 year and had to pay a fine. Wait, here's my favorite part. Citadel and the other hedge funds involved with this scheme, they weren't accused of any wrongdoing. On a personal note, I just want to say I don't care how much you stole, Kenny, or how much money you have. Even though you have every advantage in the world, you had to cheat to beat us. You, Vlad, Plotkin, all had to run to Gary and beg to take the buy button away, or you'd all be vaporized by now. And by the way, this painting you bought, your taste is in your ass. Now, for this coming week, you guys should watch for the whole block of CPI or Consumer Price Index data on Tuesday, February 13th at 8:30 Eastern Time. A lot of data coming out on Thursday, the 15th. Be watching for initial jobless claims and U.S. retail sales. Now on Friday, for real estate fans, you'll get housing starts and building permits, followed by producer price index and core PPI, and then at 10, preliminary consumer sentiment. What I'm getting excited about is our upcoming earnings call on February 28th. Everyone is expecting us to lose for Q4, but will we get a surprise to the upside? This call includes how we did for the year too, so maybe they have a surprise in there for us. Then 2 days later, on Friday the 1st, we have our first potential blockbuster for the year, Dune Part 2, arriving in theaters. Maybe we have a good call, followed by a huge turnout that weekend. That's what I'm hoping for. We build momentum into the time window I see shaping up, beginning with March 11th, when the FRB ends the Bank Term Funding Program. Then you've got March 15th, Triple Witching Expiration Day, right? And then March 20th is the end of the FOMC meeting with a new focus on balance sheet runoff. But will Adam kill the next rally with a dilution announcement? Will he kill it before, during, or after the call? We'll find out soon. Now, no tellin', Janet Yellen warned U.S. regulators of a potential non-bank mortgage lender failure. Now, we all know New York Community Bancorp is in a world of trouble due to the commercial real estate crisis. Do they own a mortgage lending company? They sure do. It's Flagstar. But that's a good company, so I hope that's not the case. I'm calling Friday, May 10th, the Day of the Apes. That's the day the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes drops. Now, if we're still in this battle by then, I predict this day will live in infamy. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.